All right, so today we're diving into something new from ChatGPT. It's a feature that's not just about spitting out answers, it's designed to actually teach you how to get to those answers yourself. Let's dig in and see what it's all about.
You know, this is the big question, right? The one that's been hanging over AI in education forever. Is it a crutch, a shortcut that lets us skip the hard work? Or could it be a genuine study partner that actually helps us learn more deeply? Well, a new feature called Study Mode is OpenAI's attempt to answer that. And they're betting hard on Study Partner. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the big dilemma with AI and learning. Then we'll meet this new AI tutor. We'll break down how it actually teaches, walk through a real-world example, and then wrap up by looking at the bigger picture, what this all means for the future.
All right, Section 1, the AI learning dilemma. Let's be real for a second. Students are already using ChatGPT for everything. Homework, research, you name it. It's a massive tool. But, and this is a big but, all of that use comes with a pretty serious question mark.
And that question is this: how do you make sure an AI is supporting real, honest-to-goodness learning and not just becoming the ultimate answer key? It's the difference between helping someone finish an assignment and helping them actually get it. How do you build a tool that guides you to that aha moment instead of just, giving you the answer?
So, this is where Study Mode enters the chat. It's built to be the answer to that exact problem. The idea is to completely change the dynamic, so it feels less like a search engine and a lot more like a one-on-one tutor who's there to help.
The whole philosophy behind it is this really simple but powerful shift. It's moving away from just task completion to actual understanding. The goal isn't just to help you check a box and finish your homework, it's to make the process itself engaging enough that you walk away having learned something new.
So, what are students saying about it? Well, one college student, Noah Campbell, put it perfectly. He called it live, 24/7, all-knowing office hours. I mean, that just nails it, doesn't it? The feeling of having an expert you can talk to anytime, anywhere.
Another student, Caleb Mozzie, honed in on a different strength: how it handles really dense topics. You know that feeling of being totally overwhelmed by a textbook? He found that Study Mode broke it all down into clear, manageable chunks. It wasn't like trying to drink from a fire hose.
And this last quote from Maggie Wang, I think this really gets to the heart of it. Notice it wasn't a quick fix. She spent 3 hours working with it. But at the end, she didn't just have an answer. She finally understood. She felt confident. And that's the whole point, right? That's what deep learning is all about. Okay, so how does it actually do this? It's not just a simple trick. There's a real teaching strategy baked into its design, and it's all about creating a different kind of conversation. Let's pop the hood and see what makes it tick.
It really comes down to a few key things. It gives you interactive prompts, so it's asking you questions. It scaffolds the information, meaning it builds up ideas logically, piece by piece. It offers personalized support, adapting to where you're at. It does little knowledge checks along the way. And, importantly, you're always in control. You can turn it on or off whenever you want.
This comparison really lays it out plain and simple. The old way, super straightforward. You ask a question, you get an answer, boom, done. But the Study Mode way is totally different. You ask a question, and instead of an answer, you might get another question back, or a little hint, or maybe a framework to help you think. The whole idea is to get you to do the work of finding the answer.
And these features aren't just random ideas they cooked up. They're directly based on proven principles from learning science. Things like making you an active participant, not just a passive reader, and managing cognitive load so you don't get swamped with too much info at once. It's all about creating the best conditions for your brain to learn.
And the experts are noticing. Robbie Torney from Common Sense Media points out that this whole approach pushes students to think critically, rather than just taking the easy way out. He calls it a really positive step for using AI the right way in education.
Okay, theory is one thing, but let's see what this looks like in practice. We're going to follow along with a student who asked Study Mode to teach them game theory from scratch.
So the very first thing it does is spit out this lesson plan. This is that scaffolding we were talking about. Instead of just dumping everything at once, it breaks down a huge topic like game theory into 5 clear, manageable phases. You start with the basics and you build from there. It gives you a roadmap.
So in that first phase, it starts organizing the absolute basics. And notice how it does it. It's not a wall of text. It's a clean, simple table. This makes the key differences between game types super clear and easy to understand right from the start.
Then the actual teaching starts. It gives a really sharp, clear definition of the main idea. It tells you, hey, this is all about making strategic choices when your results are tied to what other people choose to do. That's the foundation for everything else.
And right here, this is where the magic really happens. It doesn't just drop that definition and move on. Nope, it immediately fires back with a question. This is exactly what we mean by an interactive prompt. It's a simple check, but it forces you to stop, pause, and actually think about what you just read. You have to apply the concept right away.
So that's what study mode looks like today? But this is very much just the beginning. The team behind it sees this as version 1 of a much, much bigger project. So where is this all headed?
Right now, it's powered by custom instructions, which is great because it lets them learn and update it really fast based on user feedback. The goal is to eventually train this Socratic, tutor-like behavior right into the main AI models. And way down the line, they're hoping to publish actual research on how AI can be designed to help us learn and think. And they're already dreaming up what's next. Just imagine asking it to create custom charts or diagrams to explain a tough idea, or having it help you set learning goals and then track your progress, or even having it personalize the lesson even more to your specific learning style.
Which leads us to our final big picture thought. Tools like study mode are a huge step forward. But let's zoom out. As this kind of technology gets better and better, making a 24/7 personal tutor available to basically anyone, what does that do to the idea of a classroom itself? It really makes you wonder how it will change the very nature of education as we know it.